Hi friends, Essay here again for Wholly Prepared. I'm coming to you on September 17th, 2020. A couple things happened this week that I needed to go over. One is this one right here on Facebook. This is in Florida, and this kid was arrested from, just moving the mask. This title for this video is either going to be, do you still think it's about a virus, or do you care about your kids? Because there's no reason for this to continue, and especially in the USA. Now, in England, they just passed a law this week that prohibits anyone from gathering more than 6 people for any reason at any time. It's a law. Laws aren't meant to be rescinded easily. That's in place for good. So it's not about a virus. It's never been about a virus. I went to the movie theater last night, and I was so upset. It was just me and my kid. And when we got up there, I thought the place was closed. It was at an 8 o'clock showing. 8 o'clock is usually, when people go, because they're out around 10, even if they work the next day. And there was nobody in the parking lot. I was really shocked. It's been open now for almost a week. And I'm in a big city, and it was shocking. And I really thought they were closed. I went up there, I was shocked they weren't closed. Go inside, there's nobody there. No one, zero. I go up there, we buy the tickets. I make a comment, they don't say anything. I'm like, why don't they say, I said, well, there's nobody here, is it for 8 o'clock? I thought maybe we were late and people already went in. So, I know there's more than one movie, but still, that's all I could think, and they don't say anything. We go up, we buy our popcorn and our drink, and I'm still freaking out. I make a comment to him, nothing, no comment back. Like they were trained not to comment about the lack of people in the theater, which is just weird all by itself. Of course, it's mandatory mask, so I'm having trouble today because I have problems with my lungs, and I had to wear the mask even though I only wore it probably altogether, I don't know, 15 minutes. It's enough for me though. So we get into to where our movie is, and we went to buy the ticket. There was like 3 or 4 rows that were sold out, and I know they're going every other row, but like half the theater was sold out. We get in there, the movie starts, and no one showed up yet. It's still just me and my kid. We literally had the entire theater to ourselves. That's insane. Nobody's living their lives. Nobody's showing up to live their lives. It's not good. Being a sheeple is the worst thing you can do, and it is not what God wants. But above all, don't you care about your kids? I'm shocked. I'm shocked that people don't want their kids to have at least the past that they had, if not a better future. But we're going into a fresh hell, a dystopian future that's nobody wants. It's as bad as the Nazis. And I don't understand why people are allowing it. I don't understand why people aren't standing up. Why they're not taking off their mask, as soon as they can. Why they're sending their kids to school as long as they have to wear the mask. It's not American, that's for sure. It's not how we lived. Yes, I'm older, Generation X, but these kids coming out now, they're like, and I don't know where they're getting this, except from school, is they're coming out going, we have to take care of them. What? It was, no. If you were worried about getting sick, then you kept yourself from getting sick. We weren't here to wear a mask or whatever. There was a video the other day about a stewardess who was on an airplane, and she had a person come on the plane with her child who was allergic to peanuts, insisting that No one on the plane be allowed to have peanuts during that flight. And, well, first off, she didn't call ahead and tell, that he was that deathly allergic. I don't think he would be walking out in public if he was that allergic in general. To the, that he can't even have a whiff or whatever. But, she was insisting that, seriously explain to her that, she definitely won't be around any peanuts in their area whatsoever, in their seats, won't be given to them, won't have any food that's touched any peanut, even packets, but that they can't refrain from giving them to other people. And she threw a fit. They threw her off the plane. She threw a fit because she wanted everybody to cater to her kid, to her problem. That's not how we ever did things, ever. That's not American. It's just not. I mean, that was something that you heard other places, but never America. We have always been very responsible for our own selves. There's certain things, but it started back in the 70s with the seatbelt laws. And, if you're worried about going through the window, wear a seatbelt. Simple as that. If you go through the window because you didn't, and they have to come get you, you need to pay for it. Whatever they do to you to keep you alive or whatever. That's what it should be. It shouldn't be that there's a law for stuff like this. This should be you pay the consequences after the fact if you screw up. But it shouldn't be that, I'm going to make sure to do something, to stop you from screwing up. It's like that, I forgot what movie it is. I think it was Tom Cruise, where, the thought police, they could see a future that the person's considering killing somebody. And so then they come and arrest them based on the fact that they considered the idea, and then it looks like they're going to kill somebody before it even happened, based on the probable future outcome. We can't live like that. And this virus, they sure knew the numbers of these people that are here now. Most people that are fighting against this are Gen Xers and older. I am shocked that the younger ones are behaving in this completely insane fashion. I try to explain the vaccine and the truth about what's in that vaccine. And I get flack all the time by posting it from here or there. And how it's not going to be mandatory. Well, that's true. President Trump did make us sign an EO, an executive order, that no vaccine in this country, federally, because that's all he can do, federally, can be made mandatory. Well, there's already been one state, I forget what state it is, Tennessee? I can't remember now. But there's only been one state that already made it. Vaccines are, all vaccines now, all of them, flu shots, all the above, are mandatory. So that EO doesn't mean anything. Plus, Richie from Boston, a researcher that I follow, he said it very eloquently. He said, you think, how did he say it? You think the vaccine isn't mandatory? Does it have to be? Why don't you look at what's going on with the mask? Can you live your life normally without the mask? It's the same thing. It's exactly what's going to happen. They're not going to let you do things unless you have the vaccine. They're not going to let you travel. They're not going to let you probably leave your house. That's the end game there. I don't know what else to say. I'm shocked. I am. That parents are allowing this kind of thing to happen. That's right here on my screen. Where is the outrage? Do you not care what future your kids have? And the worst part about this whole thing is the fact that all we have to do is not listen to them. We don't have to picket. We don't have to write our congressman. We don't have to riot. We don't have to march. We just take our lives back by going back to work, going back to school, going back to church, all those things above, going into the theater, opening our businesses, whether they say we can or not, hiring back our people, stop wearing the freaking face diaper which is just a training diaper for the vaccine, stop. We could just, tomorrow, we could all just take back our lives. 390 million people I think are in the U.S. Or is it 70? I don't remember. Over 300 million. It's the easiest thing in the world. We just don't have to comply. And yet, it's the thing that nobody's doing. I would say maybe 10% of the population are like me right now. I am shocked. If you had told me a year ago that our nation would respond this way, this ridiculously, over a virus that is proven to kill now 1 in 19 million people. 1 in 19 million people. Let it sink in. That's the real figure. They had to finally come out and admit that they were inflating the numbers in all kinds of different ways. It's ridiculous. It's less than the antibiotic resistant TB. It's less than the regular flu. It is, it's going to be with us forever. Granted, that's what they've done. But 1 in 19 million die from it. It's nothing to be doing this stuff about. The shutdowns are not about a virus. It's about tyranny, control in every way. The same that you saw in China, the same thing you see in China now. Creating a social credit system, going off the real money, so they can watch every move you make, every breath you take, just like the song says. Do you want to live that way? I shouldn't even ask that. No. Do you want your children to live that way? Do you want your grandchildren to live that way? To inherit this? How about your nieces, your nephews? Even if you don't have children, do you ever see the little kids outside? Do you ever think how you used to have a childhood and what they're going through now? Do you know that this is psychologically damaging children between the ages of 1 and 6? Because seeing masks will developmentally damage them. Not a joke. It's all about facial recognition, and it's all kinds of things about that developmental stuff in the brain. Yeah, the masks are damaging them. Please, please, for the love of God, please stop. Please take back your country. Take back your lives. Please. God bless you all.